A beautiful day at Fenway was spoiled by the bullpen when they couldn't hold on to the 8th inning lead as the Red Sox dropped the third game of this three-game set 5-3 on Sunday afternoon to the Kansas City Royals despite loading the bases in the bottom of the 9th inning. Welcome on in, everybody. Feels like I haven't been with you for a while. This is Lauren Campbell reporting for CLNS, a leading online provider for audio-visual coverage of your Boston Red Sox. Before the game got underway this afternoon, the 2007 World Series Red Sox championship team was honored at a pregame ceremony at Fenway Park. Names like Jason Varitek, Tim Wakefield, Curt Schilling, even J.D. Drew, Mike Lowell, and of course David Ortiz were just a few of the players who were in attendance today as they were honored with a video tribute, and Mike Lowell's daughter sang the national anthem and she did a fantastic job. Fans watching the game at home also got a special treat as Big Papi joined Dave O'Brien and Johnny Gomes in the Nesson booth. And if you weren't entertained during that time, then I do not know what to tell you. I was laughing, I was retweeting everything. Go on Twitter if you haven't seen it, check it out. It was just so much fun. Ortiz was eccentric and having so much fun with everything, from calling Mitch Moreland's bloop single to center sexy, and yelling, "Get there, bogey!" and just an all-around having a great time, laughing, yelling, and jumping out of his seat. You need to check it out if you haven't seen it, or if you want to watch it again, by all means, go and do it. It's so worth it. Moreland's sexy bloop single scored the game's first run for Boston when he drove in Hanley Ramirez before Velasquez singled to score Bogarts to go up 2-0 early in the first. However, Kansas City cut Boston's lead in half in the fourth, but the new kid on the field, Rafael Devers, put the good guys up again by 2 with his second home run of this season and his first at Fenway Park. The homer he hit was off the Green Monster. It was originally ruled a double, but after review was reversed and called a home run, and it was clear as day that it was. Did get ugly for the Sox in the 8th when Matt Barnes, surprise, surprise, loaded the bases, and the Royals took advantage of it by scoring 4 runs to take a 5-3 lead. The Red Sox made things very interesting in the 9th with 2 on and 2 out, with the new kid Devers at the plate. After a double steal, Devers drew a walk to load the bases to bring up Mookie Betts, probably the guy you want to have in there. But he flied out to end the game, and the Royals took the 5-3 win and won the weekend series. Drew Pomeranz had another solid start this afternoon, pitching 6 2/3 innings, giving up 7 hits, 1 run that was earned. This is the first time he hasn't completed 7 innings since May 31st, but it was still a solid start. And unfortunately, because the bullpen blew it, Pomeranz could not get his 11th win. So this bullpen, guys, has been driving me absolutely nuts lately, and I'm sure it has been driving you nuts too. I understand John Farrell not wanting to use Kimbrel for more than the 9th inning, but there's just situations where you need to do it, and today was one of those situations. I don't understand why he continues to put Barnes in when he proves time and time again he's just not an 8th inning guy. It's frustrating because you don't want to have a feeling when your pitchers go on the mound to think, oh, here we go again, he's gonna blow the game, he's gonna load the bases, he's gonna give up a couple runs, and that's the feeling we get with Barnes. It's not good, and it's not a good look for this team or for Farrell, who keeps going to Barnes, and with really no explanation. This bullpen needs some help, and speaking of help, the deadline is literally right around the corner, and Mets relief pitcher Addison Reed is a name swirling around the Red Sox. Keep your eye out on that. Your MVP of the game today is going to go to Rafael Devers. I had some doubts of this kid coming up. I know it's only a few games into him being called up. I had a lot of doubts about him, especially his defense, but his bat is obviously proving otherwise, and I'm super happy about it. He had a home run today. It's his second home run of his career. I like what I see so far. I really have no complaints, and I'm also going to give it to Drew Pomeranz, who, even though could not pick up his 11th win, still pitched incredibly well. Definitely underrated, especially because we have Sale and a lot of bullpen issues going on. So I think he gets overlooked, and I want to give him that shout out because he's pitching well. He's getting no strikeouts. He's just, unfortunately, kind of like Rick Porcello, not getting that run support. I also need to give an honorable mention to David Ortiz because how can you not? He was there in attendance today, having just so much fun in the booth, like I said earlier in this recap, just absolutely so much fun. It was so good to see him and just have that positive attitude, that happiness, that presence. It was really needed, and unfortunately, it did not go in the Red Sox's favor. Another thing he needs to be mentioned about is David Ortiz calling out David Price, saying he needs to apologize to Dennis Eckersley. I'm no expert here, but I would not go against anything David Ortiz says, especially when it comes to someone who's a Hall of Famer and who's been around the league for many, many years. We all know the situation by now. I don't need to keep talking about it. I'm sure we're going to touch on it on Red Sox Beat tomorrow. It just needs to be put to rest. Price needs to apologize. He needs to man up, admit that he was wrong, even though he already did. He needs to go out there and apologize to Eckersley, apologize to the fans for acting like a big baby, and just take it as it comes. We're paying him millions and millions of dollars to be here. We're not paying him to be on the DL. We're not paying him to act out against the media. We're paying him to pitch like an ace. Your fun fact of the game, Pomeranz has allowed 3 earned runs or less in 8 of his last 9 starts. Another fun fact, old friend Adrian Beltre earned his 3,000th career hit this afternoon. Congrats to him, and he's the first Dominican-born player to reach 3,000 hits. The Red Sox welcome another old friend, Terry Francona, and his Cleveland Indians to Fenway Park on Monday for a 3-game set against the Tribe. Doug Fister will take the mound in hopes to not skyrocket his ERA any further when he goes up against Mike Clevinger. First pitch is set for 7:10. Make sure you check back here for your pregame notes as well as a full game recap. This has been Lauren Campbell for CLNS.